Good day all, RobotnikHolmes here, and I feel as tight and stressed out as Dr. Robotnik's teeth. For those of you new to the channel, welcome. For those of you coming in from my last video, welcome back. So I figured while I'm looking at the 4 issues of the original Sonic miniseries, I may as well try out a new structure. It's not too big of a change. Basically I'm going to rate everything out of 1 to 5, which I might develop as the videos go on. We'll see how that turns out for the rest of my review / analysis, but in the meantime, let's take a look at number 1 of the miniseries. Strange how the first one was called number 0. Does this happen with other comics or just this one? It's rather odd. This issue's cover is neat in that Scott Shaw uses more dynamic lines, though you can see that nary anywhere else in here. However, the picture pretty much says everything about the first story, Sonic rescuing Princess Sally Acorn from Dr. Robotnik's letter opener of a nose. So the story starts off with Sonic racing Tails through the Great Forest. Sonic brings up that he is ready to go into ultrasonic speed, which if you read the last issue was where he runs faster than an aeroplane, hashtag continuity, and Sonic meets Sally, who's just standing there. Sally seems very nonchalant, and Sonic doesn't seem to notice and is too busy to see his best friend fricking crash into a tree. Sally tells Sonic to bugger off regardless of her being on the edge of the woods, and Sonic seems to think Antoine might be responsible, for some reason. Sure enough, when they are ready to Tarzan their way into the secret knothole entrance, they bump into the estranged coyote, who explains that Sally left a long letter. It declares she's going to Robotropolis to bargain with Robotnik and get her father the king back. It certainly explains why she was angry earlier. She's in a determined as heck mood. What proceeds is Sonic, Antoine and Tails finding Sally, seemingly having a nasty encounter with Buzz Bomber. Yeah, the character. But seeing it was actually just a civil conversation. We, the audience, know it's a trap, and the very cover shows that Robotnik is up to no good. How can you be mad at the concern in his face? Soon the heroes are held back by a cage that pops out of fricking nowhere. Sally soon arrives at Robotnik Incorporated, the smelly headquarters where Dr. Robotnik flashes her, where he is revealed to have broken his promise and straight up captures her. The evil doctor is ready to turn Sally into a robot with his roboticizer. Oh, sorry, his robo-machine. You know, writers, these things did have names in the cartoon. Thankfully, Sonic is there to save the day. Antoine is even there to swipe Robotnik's ray gun, proving he and Tails aren't completely useless. And Sonic uses the opportunity to make another bloody pun. Sonic goes into a spinning fetal position and destroys the roboticizer, which the doctor cries out it would take at least 2 issues to rebuild. Okay, that's actually pretty funny. Good on you, Mike Gallagher. The freedom fighters are able to get out scot-free, with Antoine looking nervously keen on shooting Robotnik right then and there. And to be frank, I'm not sure why they didn't take him prisoner, or the other way around, and it seems to be a victory for the good guys. Sally feels annoyed at the entitlement of the heroes, and Boomer explains that Sally had actually been on a sneaking mission. She had hidden cameras in her boots that would have analysed the roboticizer and even got them knowledge on how to save the king and the others. Bummer. It ends on a rather stale note, and yeah. You spoilt brat. The side story involves Sonic playing the fishing levels from Sonic Adventure, where he has a nasty encounter with Jaws, the bag that inhabits a labyrinth zone from Sonic 1. Speaking of which, the mechanical fish chews on the bridge, sending Sonic right into the underwater hellhole. I mean, I know it's underground, but I didn't know it was right below Knothole. Sonic is able to swim despite exactly that being his weak point, but he is Hedgehog napped to be sent into a sort of underwater roboticizer. Sonic brings up his uncle and dog, also being robots, which I guess also retcons the silly mistake they made where they were just brainwashed instead. Sonic nearly drowns in quite a disturbing way, with Jules relishing in his imminent death, but thankfully he is rescued by Boomer and Tails in the nick of time. Good thing too, Sonic was like 1 air bubble away from fricking drowning. The blue hedgehog proceeds to destroy the underwater robot maker, leaving Jaws running with his tail between his legs, and the story ends on a good, happy pun. In terms of story, I think you could do worse. It's easily better than those in the issue that came before, though it's still super goofy and completely running on comedy. Gallagher's writing is super silly, but it's harmless. I give the story a 3. It's good. The art is still done by Scott Shaw, who does a good job in my opinion. The characters are so animated and vibrant, like I could totally imagine them moving in like a 60s cartoon like Rocky and Bullwinkle. Also worth noting is that some of the characters have colouring that matches their cartoon counterparts. Sally is no longer orange and now matches how she looked in the pilot of the show. It's less outrageous than her yellow and orange look, at least. Dr. Robotnik has black irises like he did in the cartoon, making him look his good, ominous and machine-like self, although his actual eyes are now white. They'll get it right eventually. Other than that, I can't say the art is that bad, it's just the norm at the moment. I'm giving it a 2, it's just alright. Now, this is a section I'm just going to add at the end to make notes of all the little things, to probably give it extra points to rate it with. I mean, there's not going to be any points added here because, you know, all that's here is the silly pages that come packaged with the comic. For some reason we have pages dedicated to Sonic playing baseball and tennis, respectively. I mean, someone on the team must have loved the hell out of sports. We also have this 2-page poster of the Freedom Fighters taking on Robotnik and his boss in all its slightly off-coloured glory. It's pretty bland, I'm not going to lie, but wait, is that Bunny Rabbit? Why is she not on the team and just limited to this poster? Oh well, we'll see her eventually. Also, she looks like she's been left in the washer for too long. Well, with a final score of averageness, I mean, I'm going to improve on that later. This issue was pretty fine. Nothing big or improved upon, but that seems to be all this miniseries is aiming to be. Just an okay series with self-contained stories. Yep, stay tuned for the analysis of number 2.